Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Sunday night chat. I'm on my new hard drive that I did the other night when I tried to do the conundrum, so it should go smooth. We got a special guest tonight that I'm about to introduce, and I was just waiting for that to go live so I can mute it. Anyway, we have Pop's wife, or Mrs. Pops. Mrs. Pops, is that what we decided? Yeah, Mrs. Pops. That's what we're going to call it. So we have Mrs. Pops and Blue 823 here tonight. Let Blue do an intro right quick if he wants to, and we'll keep on going.
No need for any intro. We're always happy to be here on a Sunday night, so it'll be interesting having a proactive female view here for a little while, so I can't wait to get started.
Yep, awesome. Mrs. Pops, would you like to do an introduction or say anything, whatever? I don't care. Hover your mouse over the top and then it'll pop up. Then you can unmute yourself. You're still muted. Sorry. There you go.
Sorry. Hey, I'm Mrs. Pops, and I decided I'm kidless tonight. They're at the grandparents' house tonight. So I said, you know what? Let's get on and have a little chat tonight with the boys and see what's going on y'all's neck of the woods. And I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Well, awesome of you to join us. I appreciate it. It's always nice to have new people on. So maybe we'll make you a regular before you know it.
Maybe.
And then you'll be chained to this damn thing. I'll send you invites. And you're like, damn it, Tiara, send me another invite. So anyway, is there before I bring up any issues or topics, is there anything that you or Blue want to talk about? Anything on your mind? Let's have my damn phone going on. There we go. Anything?
The only thing that I've seen come across, and of course it's a Facebook feed. God only knows how accurate it is, but I keep seeing posts from the higher reputable sites that I follow on that they're saying, Trump is president-elect, not even a week in. Russia wants to not mend the fences, but Russia is opening themselves to discussions once he takes over as president. There's the president of Syria wants. I forget what the hell, but there's like a list of it, and it goes the whole way down to the stock market and how the stock market is now at an all-time high, or not all-time high, but a high since, got a couple years at least. And I was just wondering if that rings true, if anybody's done any background into any of that stuff.
What was your question again? I'm sorry, Blue. I was sending Buck a link.
Oh no, there's just I'm seeing posts from Facebook, which it is Facebook, so who knows how true they are, but it says President-elect Trump not even a weekend to becoming the president here in January, but it's like Russia's willing to open communications with the United States. The president of Syria wants to do something with the United States. Canada and Mexico want to look into repealing, I think it was NAFTA, or it was one of the trade agreements, and that the stock market is not at an all-time high, but it's at a high that we haven't seen in years. And I'm just wondering if any of you guys have taken a look at that, and is any of that stuff that we're seeing true?
Yeah, I've seen where the Canada and Mexico has contacted Trump and are talking about, hey, I'm willing to renegotiate NAFTA. They're willing to talk about it because they have the interest in how that goes, because he could come in there, especially with the Republican House and Senate, and start just throwing stuff out. Just flat out throwing it out. And the people have spoken, and I think the rhinos and neocons in power, they may resist, but at the same time, they have seen the power of the people, and they know they better get their shit straight or they're out next.
Mm-hmm.
So he has the power right now to undo a lot of stuff that's been done. And so it's in Canada's and Mexico's interest to work with us. I don't know all the ins and outs of NAFTA. I just know it was bad for America. But we could alter it without maybe doing away with it totally, and kind of just please, kind of make everybody, okay, we'll make it a little bit better here, a little better there. We'll take a hit there. I think it's something we can work within, because so much stuff has happened already. It's not like you can just undo it all at one time.
Right.
But we could make strides to make it better for all of us.
Yeah, and it falls along that same line. I mean, there's God, thousands of posts that I'm unfortunately I follow a lot of stupid shit on my Facebook stuff, but I see the posts that come across that are like, Trump not even a week in and he's already bowing to Obamacare, and it's not that he's bowing to Obamacare and letting it stand. It's that he's willing to look at it, keep parts of it, get rid of parts of it, because there are some parts of Obamacare that are good. And the big one is, the absolute hugest part of Obamacare is, if you have cancer, they cannot reject you for insurance coverage because you have a pre-existing cancer, heart, lung, liver, whatever well, that's all of us, a liver problem. But it's one of those deals where it's not that he's just, no, Obamacare is going to stay. We're still going to look at it. And I really think the biggest thing with Obamacare that we need to do is, and I agree with them wholeheartedly, take down these little fake borders around the states and let insurance companies from California,
Yep,
drive the prices down. It's just like I'm buying car insurance now.
absolutely. I totally agree with you 100%. I work for a state hospital, and I have a pre-existing condition. I have mitral valve prolapse of the heart. And so and Rob is under my insurance. So being that he's an independent businessman, we can't afford to do health insurance on our own. I work basically for insurance. And so if we were to leave and go on our own, who's to say I'm going to be covered for my pre-existing condition, which is completely noted in all of my doc notes and all that. So, I mean, that's a big concern, and I agree with you 100%. That needs to be let go, and it needs to not be an issue for all pre-existing, including cancer.
Right.
And then, with the state thing, with the way that the health coverage is, and they're mandating, basically my hospital that I work for mandates that you are in-house on all of your visits. If you go outside of the network, you are hit big time on costs. And so they want you to use their docs, and they want you to participate in their program. And it cuts down their costs because we have our own little network. But, I think if we open it up statewide, it will bring a lot more competition for sure. And I'm for sure all for it. Now, I don't work directly for the hospital. I work for a college that correlates with a hospital. So hopefully I'm not sticking my foot in my mouth too much. But, I mean, I think that there needs to be more leverage with other states and what's available and what we can actually get done for the American people.
Mm-hmm. No, it's the Obamacare, the way it was. Go ahead, TR. Good.
I was just going to say now this is for group plans, not individual plans, but group plans. Actually, before Obamacare, if you went from one group plan to another group plan, the pre-existing conditions didn't matter already. That was before Obamacare. Just so anybody
knows. Did not. That's true.
But that's a group. That's a group plan, not you quitting and getting an individual plan. Then then it wouldn't.
Right.
Yeah, that was before. So, and I've run into that, so that's how I know that. That actually was the Clintons during their presidency. That's when that happened. So, Oh shit, we went to
It's not that
California in here.
Obamacare is 100% horseshit. It's the way that it was shoved down everybody's throats, and you had absolutely zero choice. And I've thankfully with my job, I've got coverage. My family has coverage, so it technically it didn't affect me personally. But you know, I've heard of buddies of mine that are I don't want to say that they're I don't like if you're working, good. That's it. But they're not college educated. They're not this. They're not that. But they're out working, and it's cheaper for them to pay a penalty than to get on the insurance coverage. Which, I've heard it in the news reels back and forth that the reason that the insurance for the older Americans that are a little bit more, they need insurance. They know that they're going to need insurance because they're getting older. That's why the prices have gone up so much on them, because the younger generation, like myself and even, younger that are just entering the workforce, they can't, cheaper not to get it. And they're young, so they don't think they need it. So that's what, the younger people aren't paying for it and not using it. So the price goes up for the older generation that is paying for it and using it. I mean, that part's a complete disaster.
What's up, Rick?
How's it going? Hey, everybody out there.
Well, if you're back here in the Carolinas, you would probably feel right at home. We're having all these damn wildfires everywhere.
Yeah, there's one
Right
just north of my house, I guess. I smelled some smoke before I left. What's crazy is out here in California, you can see a fire, 10 miles away, no problem. But out there's so many damn trees, all you can see is smoke. You don't know if it's 1 mile away or 50 miles away.
The smoke was all the way into downtown Greenville. I mean, it was from miles away. The cooler temperatures, I guess, kept the smoke down low. Yeah. And when I went home from work Thursday night, I mean, it was smoky as hell. Well, and that's fire is an hour away.
The fat man, that's right by his house. One of them.
One it's closer to him, yeah.
Yeah, there's one up by Lake Lure, that's just north of my house, a little ways.
Actually, in the town. Go ahead, Miss Pops.
Hi.
Mama
well,
Pops.
funny. Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
A special guest tonight. So anyway, I wanted to say about the fires. So we were, the girls were at school on Friday, and it was really, really bad. And some of the schools were thinking that they might have a fire in the school. It was so bad. I mean, it was so smoky and congested in the air. You could see it throughout the entire sky. And schools are like, are you sure we don't have a fire going on in here? Because I went and had lunch with Grayson on Friday, and they're like, no, I think it's about a forest fire somewhere in North Carolina. So,
all right, Mrs.
It hit Charleston pretty good.
Mrs. Pops, I've got to ask you, your halls of your schools, your schoolrooms are full of smoke, and they think that there's a fire, and your kids are still in school?
I know.
No shit.
Well, it wasn't the principal. It was a parent.
Oh, no.
I know, right.
Faces.
Yeah.
Holy Christ. I don't agree with what happened. We got to cancel classes, but God, man.
Yeah, it's exactly. I mean, I was walking through, and one of the other parents I was having lunch with their girls, and she's like, God, I really noticed this bad smoke. And then they're like, oh, no, there's no problem. If it were a fire, the smoke alarms would go, the fire alarms would go off, and we would be able to evacuate. That was what they said.
Well, that's what the education should be about. Yes, there's an issue, but it's not with us. Blah, 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 blah. Let's teach our kids and have a great time. But yet somebody gets flipping. I'm not dropping the F-bombs yet. Somebody flipping gets elected.
Say it.
No.
Flipping.
You're open to. You're allowed to. I hear from my husband enough.
How the fuck can we actually, as Americans, look at a college that says, all right, look, we agree that you need your safe space, and you're so torn up over this presidential debate that you can take the week off of college. What the fuck? I know where my kids are not going to school.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
I think it's amazing that you're seeing the smoke all the way down there in
Isn't
Charleston.
that amazing? Yeah, it was really thick.
Well, you know what's
I
crazy?
mean, I can understand me seeing it where I live. I mean, hell, it's not that far away from me, but holy shit, for it to go all the way down. But there's fires everywhere in North Carolina and South Carolina right now.
I
Oh,
think
Luckily,
Georgia
we got a little bit of
has,
rain
Georgia
today.
too?
yeah,
Yep.
the other day. What's weird is the way they, and I'm not no discredit to the people fighting fires out there, but the fires are completely different here in on the West Coast than they are on the East Coast. Just for the fact is everything's really dry. Like there's really nothing green. So we get fires that are a lot faster and burn the complete hill, where on the East Coast it's more just duff crawling around in the duff, making it very smoky, and bad combustion, where that's the reason why there's so much smoke. And it was weird because when I was home this last week, I went by to get a burn permit, and the guy's like, "Can you hold off till December?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "Oh, it's so dry out here." I was kind of laughing inside, like, this is. I can understand what he's saying, but I'm like, man, this is not really that dry compared to where I'm from. But yeah, it's And then a few days later, we had fires, and then a few more fires, and now it's all smoky and.
Well, the thing about it is here in the Carolinas, when it's a little bit dry, which it's been pretty dry, don't get me wrong, we're in a drought right now, believe it or not. We're like 10 inches below our normal rainfall, but we have so much more trees, leaves, underbrush than in California, where trees like what 3-4 foot. That's about what you get for a tree in California.
Well, in Northern Cal, like this Fortunate Glory, he lives in Yosemite, and they got nice, pretty pine trees and stuff, but it's just very isolated. Like Big Bear will have a bunch of nice trees, and Yosemite and everywhere else is a lot of just very tall brush, very tall dry brush. And it can be 20 feet tall of brush that you got to climb through. It's it's a whole different beast when it comes to fighting those kind of fires, but it's dry in North Carolina as well, but it's completely different kind of dry in Southern California. Like every mountain is brown, and brown as brown can be. When I land in Southern California and I drive north to work, every mountain is just brown. It's horrible.
Yeah, we actually got a little bit of rain today. I don't know how much they got in North Carolina or where the fires are. I mean, when I say a little bit of rain, I mean a little bit. But what upset me about the rain was my table from doing my shoot yesterday was still outside, and my AK-47 loader. So I hope it didn't get damaged. It was painted, so hopefully it's okay. If it's not, sneak me an AK-47 loader down to the farm on Thanksgiving.
Wink, wink, hint, hint. Yeah, that's a good test right there. No, but
it's painted.
My wife, my wife was saying, I talked to her today, and she said that they're talking about big water cuts, like like don't use the water, and like even the restaurants and stuff are like trying not to give you water unless you ask for water to drink, instead of just giving everybody a glass of water for no apparent reason, even if they're not going to want it. So they're taking the steps to try to. They're basically saying to help the firefighters out, but I don't know how much that's going to help. I mean, if everybody's running their dishwashers and hosing off their roofs and all that kind of stuff, it definitely decreases the pressure in the hydrants for the guys to use to actually put out real fire. So that can be a big downfall. So, but, like if you're 20 miles away from the fire and you have your load of laundry going, it shouldn't hurt too much.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of bad here in the South, but we'll get through it. And we're not really equipped to handle fires like that. I mean, they're doing what they can, but it's not a common problem. It's just like snow. When we get snow, we're not equipped for it, and that's why everything shuts down for a day or two, and then it's like, okay, it's gone now. So go back to work.
Yeah.
Go back to
Now you can drive back to work.
Yeah, I mean, it's just easier and cheaper just to shut everything down for a day or two than it is to equip the millions upon millions of dollars it would take to keep the roads clear on an event that's only going to last like 3 days anyway. So why do it?
And I haven't been around North Carolina long enough to figure out how they fight wildland fires. You know, if they just basically watch the perimeter until it dies out and it leaves, or if they actually run hose lines up along the fire's edge on the flanks and actually basically surround that thing and cut a line around it. I'm sure they do the similar things, but it just seems like it's a different type of fire. It's just creeping through all the duff and making a shit ton of smoke, and it is burning stuff down, but there's I don't think the active flames are a lot different than a western part of the state. So I think it's just a completely different type of fighting fire, but it doesn't seem like they're, and I don't have enough experience over in the East Coast, you know, of watching them and seeing how their tactics and strategies are, but it seems like it's more where they're observing and making sure that it's not going into towns, but they're not really doing an aggressive attack on the flanks of the fire.
Yeah, I don't think they actually attack the fire itself that hard. They more or less try to make fire breaks and contain it and just let it go, because they ain't got the manpower or money to actually go after the fire or resources.
Well, see, and it's good. I mean, if it's in the forest and stuff and it's burning and clearing out that duff, that's good for it to do that, because that's the reason why in California we have such horrific wildfires is we stop every one of them. It never gets a chance to burn the understory and that kind of stuff. And then when we do get a large wind event or whatever, you know, that thing's running 90 miles an hour and there's no way to stop it, and it's going through huge housing tracts or types of buildings like that, and there's just nothing we can really do for it. So letting it burn is the way that years ago that, you know, they used to do it, was prescribed fire and that kind of stuff and try to manage it that way. And it's a good thing, but, you know, with a lot of people moving into the outdoors and wanting to be farther out, you know, there's a lot more homes out and about where there used to not be so much. So that's one of the things we got to work around.
I know on some of the military bases I've been on, when I've done war games, you know, training, we always called the LZs that we would defend and set up against and all our bullshit we was doing. They were fire breaks. They would actually, through the woods, they would just cut these swaths of areas out and keep the vegetation down low. There was just some grass and weeds and shit growing. But there was a break in the trees, and it was a fire break. That's all it was a fire break. In case a fire happens, here we got a break in the trees that you can defend this. You can fight a fire and leave it over there. Let it back. We don't care if it burns out or not, but this will be a break. Hopefully we can keep it from jumping over here 100 yards away. You know,
well, that's a good thing too. Like you'll see like power lines, you know, where it's running across the mountains, and there'll be that nice big clearing all the way through for the power lines. Like those are good places that they already have available, you know. With minimal work, you can put that up, break or start fire there to backfire. But I don't have enough knowledge of how they fight fire out there. Our fires are very fast and hot. And I'm sure they have the same thing, but not as fast.
These wildfires that you're seeing and hearing about in North Carolina and Georgia and stuff are rare as hell in this area. So however they're doing it, I'm telling you, they're unprepared for it.
Yeah, well, Fat Man, he called me and said, hey, come save my place. And I'm like, I just got to California.
They may train for it and do exercises, but they're not used to actually fighting these fires because these don't happen. This is very, very unusual. Very unusual.
Yeah.
Hey, guys. If I might add, I'd like to maybe change the subject for a second because I'm going to be chatting out, and my better half is going to take over here in a moment. But
No.
I've enjoyed it, y'all. This is great. But I know this is his element. He loves doing this. So I wanted to kind of bring the subject back into the election for a moment because of where I work. I work obviously in a state institution, and I work with younger millennial and below folks. And I wanted to share a story of a couple students walking down the hall. They're pharmacy students, P2s, which is second year pharmacy school. Now they can be of any age. You know, we have pharmacy students that are in the second year. They're in their 30s. We have 40s. We have some people coming back for their third career. But these two students were walking down the hall the day after the election, and my office is right off the main hall, and I hear them talking all the way down the hall, and they are in tears, talking about how, oh my gosh, I can't believe she didn't win, and I don't know what I'm gonna do now. I cried all night long, and oh, what's pharmacy going to be like when I graduate? I was like, what? You are so misinformed. You know, like, I wanted to walk out there and go, shake. Because, you know, I obviously I am surrounded by the other half of, well, but anyway, and I had a faculty member who clearly was a Hillary is and was a Hillary supporter. She walked in my office to get a copy off the fax, and two other of the male faculty members are in my office, and we're just shooting the shit, hanging out. And she's like, well, I have a scratch sheet of paper that the student has to sign their name, and they have to do all their math problems on it. So I know it's there, that how they came up with the problem and how they came up with the solution. And I put 2 vote stickers on the top part of the paper. She said, I really wanted to say vote for Hillary. But she said, I didn't think that would be politically correct for me to say that. And she's not allowed to say that, obviously. And she's like, and so the other 2 male faculty members are like, why would you vote for Hillary? And she's like, oh, she's awesome, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, so she pauses and she looks at them and says, are y'all going to vote for Trump? Is my vote not going to count? And they went, yeah, we're voting for Trump. So you might as well not even go vote on election day. Now it was not a bad. I mean, she was like, I think she was okay with it. She knew she had mixed bag people, but these are 2 veteran. One has been teaching for 38 years, and he's getting ready to retire this year, and he voted for Trump. And another guy is probably in his 30s, and he voted for Trump. And she's like, well, that's fine. We'll see who wins on election day. And she came into my office the next day to run a fax, and she did not say one iota to me about anything about the election. But all I kept thinking in my head was, yay, yay, yay.
When I walked into the fire station, there's only like 2 people that are voted for Hillary, and one of them didn't even vote for Hillary. They voted for somebody else. Oh. But I did this Trump train as I walked through the fucking fire station. Oh, what's up, Trump train? now I got all these guys doing Trump train. Whoop whoop.
But you know, those kids are just not informed. I mean, they're just totally out of whack on what's important. And you know, to be honest, when I was their age, I was probably misinformed too. But luckily, I had parents who I trusted, and I didn't even vote really until later on. I mean, I didn't vote when I was of legal voting age because I wanted to know more about the voting process before I just, pull the lever. And so I think a lot of these kids are just so told, this is what you need to do, and you need to get your college paid for, and you need to have your insurance covered, and you need to get off my little ticket, because I don't want to pay for you anymore. I don't need to be responsible for you anymore because the government's going to take care of you. So.
Well, your area is predominantly Democrat.
Yes.
And since you live there, give us some insight. Do you think it's because you have a lot of implants from Northerners that come down to that area? Or do you think that's just a general consensus of the people that actually were born and raised there?
Charleston fired the first shots. It ain't the locals.
No, it's not the local. I think it's Rob's over my shoulder chiming in, but I really think it's probably a lot of the transplants coming down. I think that is drawing heavy on the way that our numbers are going, because everybody I know is Republican. But then again, you hang with the people you want that you are like so inside mind. But I do know because my sister is in the education field. She's a school teacher for an elementary school, and I hear a lot of she's a Republican, true and blue, and so but she has a lot of fellow teachers who are Democrat no matter what, and they wanted Hillary bad, and she had people crying in the schools, walking through the halls, not knowing what they were going to do and all that. So I see a big group of both, because I hear of Colleen, and then I hear with my kids' schools, and the teachers all voted for Clinton, but then I also know a lot of our core group of people that are also Republicans and true and blue, and first, Second Amendment, and rights, and the way the Constitution was written, and the way that our forefathers wanted it to be. But it really is, it's heartening with and it all stems back to the education field down here. And luckily we're not, what is it? When you're on when you have I'm drawing a blank. When you have a group of
The majority of the state is not that way, but
no, but it's like when you have a union, like a teachers union. We don't have a teachers union down here. We are the state is non-union, but if you go to Michigan, where my aunt used to teach, I mean, they're all unionized, and everybody voted Democrat up there. So.
Well, they lost.
I know, right? Well, funny you should say that, because my cousin, who we're about the same age, and I texted her the day before the election, and I said, hey, cuz, wanted to say hi. No, we haven't talked in a while, but I just want to let you know, I really hope you vote for Trump on Tuesday, and we really need Michigan to come out of this. So please, tell your friends, blah, blah, blah. And I never got a text back from her. But anyway, I was like, Rob's like, I can't believe you texted your cousin that. I was like, I don't really give a rat's ass. I want her to know. I want her to vote for Trump.
Exactly.
And Michigan went red, just like Pennsylvania. Hell yeah, America.
That's right. So, but you know what? I guarantee you she voted Trump. I mean, I know she did. So anyway, hey, here's Pop. Hi, Pop.
All right, can I take over?
Yeah, she's bored shitless. So
we don't have no kids in the house.
I'm gonna sign off with my wine. I enjoyed it, everybody, and thank you for letting me chime in, and enjoy the rest of your evening. And I'm gonna take my cheap Fonterra wine and go drink some more.
Wow, he let her go.
Oh, no.
Welcome anytime.
It's cheap, but it's good, y'all. It's good.
No secrets here.
Yeah, she'll have to start her own YouTube channel so she can be a guest regular.
Yeah.
She'd have more subscribers than all of us.
Probably.
I don't doubt that one bit. What's going on, y'all?
What's up, Rob?
What's up?
Wouldn't it work?
I see
I got that on my.
You should
got
use
my
that.
ammo ended up.
Sorry, go ahead. Show the ammo. That's what I want to see.
Well, I was just saying, I got some focus, bitch.
I heard that
Some
Silver
cheap,
Bear was
cheap.
going for cheap, man. That's
Yeah, it was going cheap. I got 500 rounds of it. We'll see how my ARs like it.
how much did that come out to be per round?
Oh, I ain't done the calculations. It was like I think I ended up with $120 or $130 delivered, somewhere in that
500?
range. Yeah, for 500 rounds.
That's like 26 cents a round.
This was bought before the election, so
Yeah.
I wasn't real choosy or picky.
No, hey, I've been on record saying there's no bad time to buy ammo, so I don't care what it costs. The way I look at it is, if you got the money and you can trade it for ammo, you've done a good thing. So I don't get into the whole oh, blah blah blah, this and that and the other thing, because I buy ammo when it's up, when it's down, when it's sideways, left, right. I don't give a shit. I buy ammo all the time.
Well, this is lacquer. I just now opened it up. It's instead of the polymer, it's lacquer finish. So you gotta be a little careful with it when you're shooting this stuff. Don't leave one in a chamber hot. If you got a hot chamber, don't leave it in there. But as in the past, as long as I've shot it, at least in my AKs, I've shot a little bit in my ARs. Just don't leave a hot round a round in a hot chamber. When you're shooting, if you stop before you empty the gun, make sure and unload it, and you should be okay. Because that lacquer can melt and seize up in your chamber. So.
Yeah, I got a couple 5.45 by 39 ARs, and I put up a video running 600 rounds of that shit without stopping. It's a long video. It's probably like a 30-minute long video, but let me tell you something. At 15 cents a round, you can, and steel core, I mean, it's worth it. And you're right. You just got to run, and then clean, and then run. That video towards the end sounded like I was pouring sand in there. And that, I mean, for an AR, that shit was just bow, 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 bow. You know, every now and then I'd get a misfeed or whatnot, and I'd rack it, and I'd freaking forward assist it, and blah, 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 blah. And it's one of my best videos ever, but your best videos never get no views. I think 5 years ago, I think it got like, even to now, it only has 500 views, but it's, who watches 30-minute long videos? Nobody. So, but it's an eye-opening video. It'll tell you want to run that surplus shit, go for it. You just got to know what you're doing.
Yeah, speaking of ammo, today I went into the local Dunham store, which for, oh my God, at least the last 3 to 4, maybe even possibly 5 years, if you wanted to get 22 ammo, you had to go to the front desk. It wasn't even with the guns or the ammo. You had to go up front, and you had to ask if they had any, and they always never. Well, the only ones they had were the shorts or the snake shot, whatever you call that, bird shot. Today I walked into Dunham's because I had to get up a couple things of Blaze Orange, and I just happened to be walking down by the gun counter, and I looked over, and I like literally stopped in my tracks. I'm like. And I look, there was white box, there was green box, there was yellow box, there was CCI there. I mean, it was just fucking everywhere. Have you guys noticed it? I'm not calling it by the election, but maybe it was just coincidence that they had their shelves stocked. But is 22 loosening up in your guys' area?
Well, I would say it's absolutely because of the election. I hadn't went shopping since the election for ammo in a actual brick and mortar store. But I guarantee you the people that were showing up every day to buy ammo to resell, try to make $1, which fine, whatever. I don't, whatever you want to do. As soon as Trump got elected, all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, this market may have just dried up. And so maybe, just maybe, those people ain't out there buying that crap, trying to resell it at a damn store for $40 a box of 500 that they paid $24 for. I have seen more 22 here lately anyway, but anyway.
I don't think the resale market has been good for a long time because you can't make a good living off buying it for 7 cents a round and selling it for 10 cents a round. You can't do it. Now, down here in Charleston, South Carolina, we've had 22 on the shelves probably for about a year. When I started seeing it come back on the shelves, and a big shout out to the ammomafia.com, I started going back into Walmarts, and y'all have seen some of my videos lately. But almost a year before I started posting videos, I was like picking it up, and I don't think there's a wrong time to buy 22 Magnum long rifle. Rimfire, we can't reload. So that's the reason we stockpile that. There's a lot of people that go like, why do you stockpile? Why do you hoard 22 long rifle? Well, because I can't make it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about any other ammo. If I have the components, I'll build them those rounds when I need to. But rimfire, you damn right. I put a lot of that back because that's the little thing you cannot regulate. And now that Trump's going to be a president, it's going to come on. You can buy it for all you want. You can get all you want. It's going to go down to 4 cents a round again. I guarantee you. You heard it here first. Just wait and let it play out. Don't go out and buy no ammo until it gets down to 4 cents a round, maybe 4.5 cents a round, 5 cents at the max. But just wait and then stock up, because next time there's an election, you're going to be sitting back going, I don't need nothing. Just kind of like I did here recently. I bought ammo because I could, but I didn't need nothing.
It's better to have it than not need it.
Yeah, that was me. Like I said, the purchases I made here in the last couple of weeks were just extra insurance. Just not that I needed it. Hell, I got enough shit in there to reload 3,000 rounds of 223. You know, it's not that I'm desperate for it. It's just like, hey, fuck it, let me buy some ammo while I can. It's on. Hey, it's online. I went around to 4 Walmarts the day before the election and wiped them out to what little bit they had, and I was like, damn, everybody's really low on ammo. Not everybody. I mean, Palmetto State Armory had it. Cabela's had it, but I just didn't like their prices. And I got home and I ordered 1,000 rounds of ammo. And that's what came in the last couple of days. I got some Wolf 7.62 by 39 and some Brown Bear 223. And this is just shoot 'em up shit. This is just go out and fucking blast a gun. I mean, it's not my shit fan situation ammo. This is just me out there playing around, you know, having fun. Or call it training. We'll call it training. I'm training.
Yeah, Trump training. What? Love that shit. One of Rob's videos where he's honking at the fucking house that's the Hillary house. He's all Trump train. That was awesome.
I mean, when you've dealt with 8 years of that shit, you got to blow off some steam. If you haven't done it yet, do it. It feels good. Find somebody you know who's a Hillary supporter and blast them. You got to get it off your chest. Otherwise, you'll just carry that shit forward.
Well, I think we all deserve it. I mean,
8 years is a long wait.
Yeah, we've been living under this leftist PC pussy bullshit that has been destroying this country, and we see the result now with the protest. They're all butt hurt and fucking crying and protesting. I don't know what they think they're going to achieve, because guess what, snowflake, your president is Trump. I don't give a damn how many fucking temper tantrums you fucking pull. Your president is Mr. Trump. Get over it. Shut the fuck up. Go home.
Exactly. Suck it up, Buttercup.
You didn't see us out there protesting when Obama won in 08 and 012. We just like, well, shit, our guy didn't win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I silently did what the hell I had to do. You know, because the solution wasn't out there. The solution was in here. And that's what them fucking liberal pussies don't understand. The solution is in here. It's not out there.
Yep. If we had lost, we would all have been heartbroken. Don't get me wrong. But we would just hunker down, dig in, keep going, try harder next time, and we would continue. We wouldn't be protesting and flipping cars over in the damn streets. I can tell you that. And for those libtards that thinks they're going to make this violent, you don't want to come after us. You picked the wrong damn fight, and I am not one. I shouldn't even say that because I'm not one to want to bring up arms against other American citizens. But these people are actually calling for violence. They want violence, and I don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah, I don't. I don't have a problem with what you said because the position you take is a defensive position. If those assholes want to make a big deal about it, we can make a bigger damn deal about it, and also win. I don't really have a problem with what you said. I really don't. Given the light of those assholes are destroying cities, businesses, monuments, flags. For what? For what, really? I mean, what are they going to gain from it? Those aren't Americans. They need to fucking exit stage left. They need to get the hell out of the country and let us get on with fucking living free.
Yeah, I posted and this is on Facebook. Facebook is good for sharing, you know, crazy stuff and funny stuff or whatever. But I posted several, and these were black women, a couple of them, and they were pro-Trump, and they were talking about the protesters, and they're like, "Look, these people should be arrested, found out if they own fucking food stamps, Section 8 housing, social, whatever. If they're getting any federal benefits, it should be took away from them. Period. Boom. All your benefits are gone. If nothing else, that." And I agree with that. It's like, okay, you getting a federal check and you're out here fucking protesting the federal government. Boom, your benefits are gone.
Giggity. Yeah, exactly. Drug test.
Yeah, we all have the drug test for the right to work, but yet nobody needs a drug test for the right to get free shit.
I want to know why Obama and Hillary, and if I'm wrong, correct me, why aren't they on the national stage calling for these protests to be stopped?
I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
Obama says that he wants, we need this smooth, safe transition. We need to make sure that everybody's on the same page so that the transition of power over the country is as smooth as it can be. I haven't heard of anybody saying shit.
Their goal is to divide. Yeah, it looks sexy. I recognize that trigger. Hey,
Yeah,
the goal is to divide. Why do you think racism is at the top of their priority? If you can keep racism alive in America, that is the key way without them getting involved. You see, these assholes that are in power, they want to divide us, but they don't want to get their hands dirty. So what they do is they bring race in. And the minute you bring race in, that's like the fireworks show, right? That's what ignites everything. If you can keep racism in America, you don't have to get your hands dirty and you can keep us divided. That is that racism is their trump card.
Mhm.
If we could get beyond that as Americans, we would fucking own their asses. They would immediately become the minority, not either race. Politicians would then become the minority because we would come together, realize that they are the ones that want to keep us apart. That would be the end of politics, period. The end of ruling class, the end of everything. You keep us separated and you can rule us. If we unite, fuck you. That's basically the way it works.
I mean, just think. I have never heard up until. I mean, I you know, I've been around for a couple elections, and of course, you know, they always pin it down to what race, you know, male, female, what class voted, what, you know, they break that down. But I've never ever seen after an election's been called that this was the white, or was it blue collar or white collar, or it had to been blue collar whites that showed up to keep the racism going on. And that's across every major news channel. That's not just, you know, picking it up on anything else. They are absolutely saying that this was a complete racist deal and that Trump's the president because of the racism in this country. You know, that's bullshit.
Yeah, what was it? Van something or other, some reporter guy calling it a white lash.
Yep.
Van Jones.
Van Jones.
Van Jones is the biggest racist on the planet, period.
No shit. I mean, if we voted for Hillary, that makes us not a racist. Ain't she a fucking white woman? How the fuck does voting for Trump make me a racist? Yes, the blue collar voter got out. The blue collar people in America, the ones in the damn ditches, digging the ditches, the ones creating businesses, the ones turning wrenches, the ones that's punching a time clock. Yes, we got out and voted. That don't make us a fucking racist. That just means we care about this country and where it's going. Period.
Well, we're fed up with it.
Yeah, I'll just reiterate my last rant on here. It's the same response. I won't put up with it. At some point in time, the race card is going to get old, and it's either going to come to fruition in a bad way, or we're all going to come together and go bullshit, and then they're going to have to deal with it. One way or another. And I'll tell you right now, in my day-to-day life, the interactions that I have with all races is very positive. I get along with everybody because I look you in the eye, I shake your hand, I smile, I treat you with respect, and I don't fucking give in to that bullshit that they want us to.
Right.
And
that's what
I get along with everybody except politician fucking assholes that trying to instigate.
Yep. And you're 100% right. That's the way it needs to be. Instead of I don't care, white, black, whatever ethnicity you are, educate yourself of what's going on. And you're going to see it's not a race problem. Absolutely. This is not a race problem. It is mainstream media. It is politics pinning one versus the other in everyday life, no matter what happens. Oh, the chicken laid an egg. Well, the egg was brown, so this was, I mean that's how ridiculous it's got. So I agree with everything you just said. I absolutely agree with that. We need to come together as a people, which I think we're on that track. But we also, and I don't care if you're white, black, we got to get rid of these thugs. And that's, if you're going to commit a crime and you're going to do this and you're going to do that, I don't care what color you are, you pay for it. You don't get any special privileges because, oh, well, I'm butthurt because of the election. Oh, I'm butthurt because this happened. No, you're in a riot. This went from a protest to a riot. You get arrested. I don't care who you are.
That's why we call them criminals.
Yeah, protesting is one thing. Rioting is a whole different element. When you start destroying property, blocking commerce, blocking streets, you just became a criminal, and you should be arrested.
I wish some of these asshole fucking wannabe freedom fighters, libtard freaking rejects of society would try to would try to loot a business of a strong conservative nature. You know, I mean, easy targets are easy targets. If you want to destroy a place while it's closed and there's nobody there, the first thing you're going to see when you fucking knock the door down on my business is you're going to see an AR-15 in your face. And I bet your dumb ass is going to fucking take about 10 steps backwards. Because by law, I can shoot you in the fucking face.
Yep, shoot him in the face.
Shoot him in the face. That's right. You can fix a lot of problems.
Well, look back. I mean, even back to the L.A. riots back in what was that? Freaking 80s. Who was defending their shops with guns? The Koreans. They were armed to the fucking teeth, and nobody burnt their shit down.
Exactly. They were on the roofs shooting the shit out of those fuckers.
Yeah, yeah. They were actually gunfire happened. And they might get away with that shit in New York and some cities in California where they're doing it. But yeah, don't come to Travis Rest or Greenville doing that shit, because that'll be a bad way to go.
South Carolina don't have riots. You know why? I give you one freaking guess why. Because we don't fucking let you. Period.
Yeah.
Even as liberal as Charleston or say downtown Greenville is, you won't never see riots like that. Now you may see protests, but they'll be peaceful protests. They might yell and scream and all that, but you won't see them fucking busting out windows and shit, because we carry guns in South Carolina.
Yeah, you're gonna have to deal with somebody at some point in time.
They've had riots.
They go for those non-gun freaking Second Amendment freaking protected states, and they go haywire. You ain't doing that shit here. Your ass is going out in a coffin.
Yes, protests are defended by the Constitution. You have a constitutional right to protest.
Private property is private property. If you want to destroy my property, I'm going to go defend it. If you threaten my life, I'm going to fucking end it. It's going to be plain and simple. I mean, so we can escalate it, or you can go away. That's basically where it lies in South Carolina. On private property, you have no rights. My rights are paramount, period.
See, and I don't want to get into a huge, not an argument, but a guy, because no matter how this is going to be said, it's going to be like I'm for one side or for the other. However, with that said, if I freaking am running down the street during one of these peaceful protests and take a Molotov cocktail and I throw it through somebody's window, boo, shit catches on fire. In most states, that's considered a forcible felony, which, if you're in the act of committing, deadly force can be used. So if I go down to the next shop and I light another Molotov cocktail and I'm about ready to throw it through the window, the police, by all rights, have the right to shoot that guy or girl for the attempted arson. Are we at that point where that harsh of a sentence has to be carried out on the spot?
If you throw a freaking Molotov cocktail through my window, your intention is to burn me to the ground and kill me. I am going to shoot you dead.
Agreed. If you're trying to burn my house down with me in it, you're trying to kill me. So
Well,
I think
okay,
that's
let's just switch it around. We're not on residential areas. We're on business districts where nobody's in them. Same thing. I mean, it's still my property. If I own a business there, Pops owns a business there, any of us, that is our livelihood. Why should my insurance, you know?
Right. Well, I'm less concerned at my business. Don't get me wrong. What I said earlier was at my house. At my business, I mean, insurance can buy everything back, but you can't buy lives of my kids and my wife. So it's a little different. If you want to destroy my property at my business and I'm there, I'll mow you down. But if I'm not there, I'm not going to just go there to have a firefight with you, because when I get there, you're going to be gone. But at my house, it's a different ball game. You're going down with me, or you're going down first.
The question is more of the police, at least in my state, we have the right to use lethal force during those forcible felonies. Are we at a point, or are we getting close to a point for this to get this shit to stop? I'm not saying the protest. I am absolutely not saying it. You don't go down and just gun down everybody that's at a protest. But if you have one guy that is lighting a cocktail, throwing it, lighting a cocktail, and he's burning down 10 businesses down the street, and you can't, for whatever reason, because the mob is around him and you can't get to him, should the police at this point be taking that next step to stop that aggressive action and to stop that forcible felony?
if we're not there, we're really close. And I say this even though the next protest may be me protesting. It may be something way worse than anything that's going on now. These fucking snowflakes have no idea how bad it can get. And the next confrontation, the next conflict, it may be where the police actually open fire. But at that point, if it's to me on the street and it's to the point of the police open fire on me, it'll be the point to where we're shooting probably first. I'm talking bad shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you got your butt hurt because Hillary didn't win. Yeah, maybe not the worst thing in the fucking world that happened. But when you start destroying property, you start ripping shit up, you start throwing Molotov cocktails, you're trying to injure other people. In that sense, if you're trying to injure other people, yeah, deadly force can be used, and I would not be against it. If you're holding a sign, just whatever, no, that's well within your constitutional rights to protest.
And as an officer, your job is to protect the public. Well, what if there's people hiding in that building because of the riots? Like, you're protecting
that's the whole reason for a castle doctrine in South Carolina, is because the police can't always be there. Is your own, protector, jury, judge, executioner on private property.
No, but I think he's saying as he's working, like he's traveling the streets, right?
Well, I don't know. I mean, Blue has the toughest job on the planet. I'm not going to try to go there and try to figure out what I would do, because I could never have that job. But as a business owner or as a property owner, I'm given the rights to my property. So, but I know my rights, and that's what's important. Everybody should know what they can do in the circumstance that they're in, because there will come a time when you need to know, can I kill this fucker or not? I mean, you don't want to have to wonder and make that you don't protect yourself. And every state's different.
Yeah. Very important.
But you have to know that answer way ahead of time.
Yeah, but therein, what Pops, I'm not. You're the only one of us that are a business owner. So I am kind of singling you out, but it's not as a you're wrong, you're this. I mean, this is the issue that the American people would have to take up. Is, let's say that we have a line of businesses with 10 Pops Quests. The same mentality, the same everything. If I'm not there, I'm not that worried about it. That's what we have insurance companies for. So if you have that mob going down a city block, burning everything up, and the police do take action, and they do, because that's that forcible felony, and they do end up killing, let's just say 5 people that are throwing Molotov cocktails. And I don't know where Pops is on one side of the fence or the other, but let's just say one of those business owners come out and say, look, the cops didn't have to shoot him. Nobody was in there. That was just my property. The insurance company's going to cover it. That's that divide. And that is a narrow edged sword. And it's,
Nah, they're fucking pussies. Fuck them.
Well,
if the store owner's there, 2 in the
Let me-
chest, 1 in the face, motherfucker.
no.
Yeah.
There's not a fucking single person known to be on the property. They
But still, they at minimum, they should be arrested. Period.
I'll just say that my property is not one of those that will get looted, because I live in my property's in an industrial area, and I only have 2 neighbors, and I have nothing around me, and it's kind of a secluded environment, which is what I love. And my neighbors and me are well, we're all armed to the teeth, and we're willing to go to war, but we won't ever have to, because my business is in the middle of nowhere. People that loot businesses want to hit them all at one time. They'll go to a place where retail, or near a Walmart, or near a Target, or if my business gets looted, it's an end of the world scenario. I'm going to tell you that right now, because they ran out of places to loot, and they just found mine out of accident, and then that's their worst nightmare.
I don't know. I'm not a big city officer. You guys all know that. I am rural as rural can be. However, I can't see myself, for one, if I know the building's unoccupied, I for one cannot see myself shooting somebody in that attempted arson. However, like where we're set up at, you have business, and then you might have a couple houses. I sure as shit am not going to let that person go business, house. I will drop them where they stand.
Oh, so you're saying a Molotov cocktail to a business is okay?
No,
maybe I said that wrong. But you're not going to end somebody's life over that. But if they throw it through a window of a residence, that's different.
Oh, if there's like, let's say there's business.
I understand what you're saying. I get that. It's a judgment question, and I wouldn't, like I said, I could never do your job. I won't ever do your job. So I totally get it. That's very tough to make.
Yeah, but why can't you arrest him with intent beforehand if he has Molotov cocktails?
Oh no, you absolutely can. But let me ask you this: you know what a Molotov cocktail is made of? Are you gonna fucking walk up to this guy who has a flaming bottle of gasoline and say,
well, the minute he turns towards you and throws his arm back, can't you gun him down?
Okay, absolutely. But I myself personally, I'd never even put myself in that position.
Just hit the bottle. It'd be more of a fun watch anyways.
All right.
All I can say is I'm glad I'm not a cop, because I'd walk up to him, and the minute he fucking put his arm back, I'd blast him in the fucking face.
Because that's what we do.
We shoot him in the face. That's the answer to everything.
Shoot him in the face.
I can see that here shortly, if these assholes that are doing these protests, that the protests for the majority are no issues, but you have those splinter cells. If that shit doesn't get nipped in the ass, those people that are there doing it the right way are going to be like, oh look, fuck this, let's do it. And if you don't start fucking, whenever I say bringing the hammer down, I'm not saying kill everybody that's throwing Molotov cocktails. I'm not saying that. But if it's
why not though? I mean, why aren't we at that point where I'm sorry, but a Molotov cocktail is a deadly device, right?
Yes, absolutely.
If you're throwing something deadly at something that can die, i.e. a residence, why not mow them to the fucking ground? I don't understand. Why don't I get this?
No, I agree with you, but it's almost like what you just said, not, like 10 minutes ago, where if I'm not at my place of business and they're throwing a Molotov cocktail through the window, my insurance company can cover it. I'm not that worried about it. However, if I was there, I'd know.
But there's no people living there. What I just said was, if they're throwing it in a place, a home, where there are people that can die, you have to fucking shoot them in the face. Period.
If it's an absolute known, yeah, you have to stop that aggressive action. I have to say it politically correct in case everybody ever watches this, but yeah, I mean,
I understand. A business is different. A vacant business with no one there is totally different than a business full of 15 people or a house. Yeah,
not by the color of law. By the color of law, an arson is an arson. It is an intentional use of fire to cause damage. And as law enforcement officers, and I'm guessing if PA has it, that is a forcible felony. I'd almost guarantee every other state has that as a forcible felony, and you can shoot on sight for that. If you light it up and you go to throw it into a business that you pretty much know nobody's in, you have the right to shoot that person. What the hell?
Well, just recently, me and extended family all spent a lot of time at the shop because that was our bug out location for the hurricane. And let's just take, for example, we're all there because I own the property. It is a business, and there's no one around. There's literally no one around my property. And people, let's just say the rule of law was lost because it was a natural disaster, and people started, honing in on the place. The cops ain't showing up, so I'm just. It's not, no one's getting near there with a fucking bottle full of gas with a flame on it. It's not gonna happen.
My screen never turns right. I got a picture to show you from the call. Actually, I'll just show it anyway, and I'm just gonna keep talking. Oh, come on, there we go. Collins Prepper says, "You see those blue spots? If you don't want to be a part of a riot, move to the red." And that's from Collins Prepper.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like I said, the people spoke, and I've said it before. There's a reason we have electoral college. It looks like Trump may win the popular vote in the end because they're still counting a few states. It may have come through by now. I don't know, but he just barely won the popular vote. But the reason there is an electoral college is because we don't want, New York City, LA, whatever, San Diego, all those cities, we don't want them deciding who is our president for the entire freaking country. That's why we have electoral college, and that's why we do the vote the way we do. Our forefathers were very smart.
If it wasn't for the electoral college, you'd have New York, San Francisco, Houston, Chicago. Forgive me if I missed the biggest ones, but those, can you imagine determining, or anything else for that matter?
That's why it's in place, and it works. For anybody questioning the electoral college should look at this election for years to come as a reason, because you look at that map that Blue just pulled up there, the entire country was red, and there's just little blue spots here and there. Well, that's why they set it up that way. So those little blue spots couldn't rule how I live, couldn't decide what laws I had to live under. It's a great system. The Constitution is awesome. We just need to embrace it. We need to follow it.
Yeah, I heard the popular vote ended up going to Trump, but there's talk of it going both ways, so who knows what the truth is.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty close either way, but it doesn't matter. We have an electoral college. The only
Yeah, it
Democratic
doesn't
vote
matter.
we have
That's
is
exactly
in our
right.
state. Our states, we do Democratic elections. Our national, our presidency is by the Republic for a reason.
Thank you to everybody that did the Let Freedom Ring videos in the face, as Midas Welby said. Hashtag Let Freedom Ring Trump 2016 in the face.
In the face.
I'm not sure I've seen his yet. I had to go back and see it.
Hey, Blue, didn't you go to the farm? Did you make a video?
I went to the farm, and as soon as I got there, the father-in-law put my ass to work, and we ended up cutting down trees and splitting lumber all day. And by the time that we got the cows moved from the external pasture field in and moved the fence, I was like, fuck, I'm going to have to do this another day.
Hey, as long as you worked hard, I forgive you.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna feel this shit tomorrow. Is what before we went live, I was telling TR that, man, I'm already fucking sore as hell, and I don't even really want to wake up tomorrow.
That's how the tree that fell on my house kicked my ass, man. After cutting it up and splitting it and stacking it and all that. I was like, oh, there's a muscle I remember back in the good old days.
That's why I didn't take your offer up on some free firewood. I was like, no, that means I got to cut this shit up and load it in a truck and split it when I get home. Now, fuck it. You can have it. Hey, Rick, that's yours.
See ya. Oh, that worked out.
Got it off the tree. The rest is up to you. Or we got it off the house. The rest is up to you.
Shitty part was I stacked it all up, and then I don't know what animal knocked it over. But I was like, God damn, now I got to stack it again. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, blame your shitty stacking job on an animal. Come on.
It was there for 3 days.
That doesn't matter. If it's leaning just a little bit, and once your ground settles, yeah, that shit on like new ground you're stacking on, it'll fall. You gotta watch it.
Trust me, Rick knows all about a tree that might be leaning a certain way and trying to cut it down.
Guaranteed that's falling away from the house. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had one of those at the farm. I thought it was dead. So I hooked a cable to the tractor, and my buddy Rick, y'all know my buddy Rick, he cut halfway through it, and he's like, and I was yelling back at him. I'm like, when's it going to fall? He's like, as soon as you fucking pull it down. And I literally just pulled the tree down. I didn't wait for it to fall, So as a man that has zero tree felling experience, you don't try to fell a tree. You pull that sumbitch to the ground.
Actually, no.
Unless you're that good, which I'm not, but I got that sumbitch to go where I wanted it to by brute force. So there's other ways to do it.
I did that on my own property because the trees that are cutting back here, I've got, I don't even know what the hell they are, but they're straight, they're huge, and there's no limbs until you get to the very top. And I still don't know what the hell they are, but I was trying to cut a whole bunch of them down. And after the first two, I had to get a come along because I don't have any of the heavy equipment here at the house. That's all out at the farm. But I climbed up as far as my extended ladder would go, which I think is 40 feet. Wrap the chain around that, and then I'd run it down to another, and I'd crank it, start sawing, crank it, because I had one run across, like it fell the wrong way, and it went across a state highway, and yeah, that sucks. Don't do that. People get really, really pissed.
Yeah, hurry up.
Yeah, but out in the country, they just work it out. It's no big deal.
In the country,
because you got half the people driving down the road got a damn chainsaw in their back of their truck. They're like, oh shit, there's a tree. Let me cut this out of the way and make a path. They throw the damn shit.
The tree, I'd be like, hang on, I got about 6 mags. Let me cut this thing in half. I'd be like, bah, 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 bah. I actually made a bet at somebody with a 22, and I lost but that's a long story.
If Blue makes it down to Farmageddon next year, you'll get the honor of meeting Rob's friend Rick.
No if.
Rick is
There's
a
no-
fucking great guy. He is awesome.
He's funny as shit.
Is that tactical midget or something?
No.
No.
He's the one that, I remember my first beer. That guy.
And then there's Rich. Rich is a cool dude too.
Well, yeah, they get them mixed up. Rich is from Atlanta. Rick lives here. Rick's
He's
the
your
guy
neighbor.
that comes with me all the time, and we shoot together all the time. But Rich lives in Atlanta. That has the Sega and all that shit. So
Yeah.
they get them mixed up. But you when you meet them, you'll know which one is which. And I got the amount of fireworks we did the other night. I got 3 times that for
April.
for April. So, yeah.
Can't wait.
I'm worried. I know Mr. Firefighter gave me the dates, but I'm worried about April showers. I'm trying to think if that's really going to work out, but give me
You want a different month?
I don't know.
Yeah, we do get a lot of rain in April.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about it. I mean, we got time, so don't worry about it.
I haven't put in my days yet. So if you guys switch it, which is that the same down south as like April, or what is it? April showers bring May flowers. So it fucking
Right.
day.
So maybe March might be better. I'm just thinking. I'm thinking out loud right now, just so everybody can hear me. But
My birthday's in March, so let's make it March.
yeah, our anniversary's in March. Maybe Kelly will come out there next year. So she'll win the female division.
There you go. And probably the male division time wise.
Yeah, I'm gonna win that pretty much.
No, you're not. Of course, the way the Jam-O-Matic has been going, who knows?
Yeah, I know. We'll
I
see.
shot Thursday, and 2 out of my 3 stages, I had some little hiccup. I saw TR had a hiccup in his Glock.
Yeah, I had 2 jams trying to make a damn video.
You need to clean
With the
that
Glock.
thing, man.
I've cleaned it one time. It's time to clean it again, I guess.
I don't really clean mine. I think
This is what's gonna get you, Rob, right here.
Actually, I found that this ammo right here, I mean, it actually does pretty good. This aluminum ammo, that federal aluminum shit. Sometimes I get a hiccup with it. But now Tula, the steel case, this bitch will eat up steel cased ammo and spit it out like it ain't nothing. The aluminum, for some reason,
was that a springs, or was that some kind of a
No, it's
screen?
it's all parts. What's it showing?
I'm not going to go changing. I can't change what I got. I just got to roll with what I got. But
You got all the parts in here.
yeah, and you were right the other night. It was 250. The Magwell was the extra 100. So
What I ended up doing was running. I went with Ghost. What is it called? The one where you file it down to where you want for a reset. So I ended up just buying this piece because of the trigger. I like the trigger. So we'll see what happens. But I did get all this. I did get all the springs for it, so it should be just like the full kit.
well,
I'm bringing
hopefully,
out the CD clone. And I'm just going to smoke all y'all with a CD clone. Fuck your Glock.
hey man,
I'm
some
gonna
of
try
those
your
CZs get tricked out pretty bad.
There's some
I'm gonna
nice.
go. I'll go from the chat room. Hopefully, that October. I always ask all the way to the East Coast. East Coast yet or not? But that'd be a hell of a drive. Is out there. Titus, I think he's up in North Carolina. I invited him. Might as well dirt ride and make sure everybody knows. Of course, Buck's out there. He's coming. If y'all know of anybody else that you know of on YouTube, is I'll throw it
You're
out.
breaking up, Pops.
Bad timing.
Let's see if we can get a Stump Greenwood to come down there with us.
That'd be cool. He's pretty close by too.
Yeah, he's in Greenwood, so
Closer than
Yes,
us, TR.
yeah, exactly. Live for a While wants to come. Hell yeah, brother.
That'd be cool.
Awesome. Yeah, I would think Live for a While would have an invitation.
There's one guy, last chat we had, who's kept
Coming up on
asking.
that last deal.
Can't remember who it was. You gotta get Coda Boy too.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
Rob.
we'll get Coda Boy.
He hit put it out there to a lot of people. I think we're gonna have a really big crowd next year to go dark with it and only go after that. But remember, it's always going to be a fundraiser. So bring some spare change.
That's right. The little bucket will be out there.
Yep. He dropped that and come back.
There he goes. Holy shit, I'm seeing double.
For Big Glock Daddy out there, that was a federal. I don't have a box laying around, but that federal shit you can buy at Walmart, the aluminum case. For some reason, every once in a while, this thing will hiccup on it. And that's what you saw. That stovepipe at the end, that after 3 rounds, I had a round that cocked in the damn barrel. That's why the magazine didn't go in, because there was a round in the way. When I tried to feed that damn fun stick in, it hit that round and then fell right back out. So I cleared that jam, finished shooting the magazine, and the last round, it was the last round, I was out of ammo. Stovepipe, boom, had fucking round sticking up, and it was one of those aluminum rounds. So I need to shoot that shit up and be done with it and never buy it again.
Yeah, most YouTubers would edit that out. I give you props.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just fucking ran with it.
Hey, you got to put all that shit where you screwing up in there. That's just how we do it.
Hell yeah.
I don't edit shit. I don't edit shit out. I lay it all out there. I think that's the beauty of it all, really.
Well, it's real life. This is what happens in real life.
Right.
Even though I was actually smiling and laughing when it jammed, but as I'm picking the magazine up, I'm fucking racking the slide, clearing the jam, and keep going. You need to know how to do that shit. When your gun jams, what do? You clear the jam. You don't look at it and start crying. You just clear it.
Start crying like all the Hillary supporters. What?
Exactly. I thought it made for good video. I just looked at the camera and said, "Fucking Glock jam!" Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. See, I even put my tree falling on my house.
Hey, my buddy Hard Target is out there in the chat. Gil, I took a trip up to his place. I think he's coming down. Hopefully he's coming down. And Jerry, Crazy 45 Cat from Florida, is coming up. And I mean, I think it's going to be a big crowd. We might have to bring in some FEMA trailers to house everybody.
You might have to open that road up and put some more parking spots.
Does anybody know where I can get some cheap FEMA trailers?
Bring the tent.
There's hundreds of them parked out in the middle of fucking nowhere. Just go strap up to one. They'll never even know it's missing.
Rock it off here. If Crazy Cat can get there and live for a while, I hope he can make it. I'll actually get to meet some more Kentucky Colonels. Woohoo!
Yeah, that's right. I think I mean, you know, there's if you go towards the main interstate, there's hotels, so they may stay there, but it's more fun to stay at the farm, as y'all well know.
I'll be tenting it up.
The shit that happens after, so
Yeah, when the guns get put away and the bottles of liquor and beer open up, that's when the real
explosives come
I'll say it's real fun, but a different kind of fun happens. We have a good time.
I say we shoot some of those with 12 gauge as they're flying up.
Wait,
well, we need to set them on an angle, shoot them out, and see if you can blast them before they go off. But what the hell's the point? I mean, you want them to go off.
Yeah, exactly. Plus by that time we're fucking drunk as hell, and we really shouldn't be playing with shotguns.
Right. You don't. You're gonna shoot somebody in the.
All right, Pops,
Somebody might get hurt.
I'm going to have to ask you this question whenever we get closer too. I don't know if you ever if you buy cases of beer or whatever, but what's a 30 pack of Bud Light? What does that go for down in your area?
If I buy
Hey,
You asking me?
No, I'm asking Pops. Because I don't know whether to buy it in PA and transport it down or wait till I get there and buy some.
Just do both.
he's breaking up. I'll go ahead and tell you a case of Bud Light at an average place is about $15.99.
Say what? 15 what?
$15.99.
I'm paying $27.75 for a 30 pack of Bud.
Well, now that's a case, just 24.
What? Yeah, it's a 30 pack is different.
Yeah, that's our cases are 30 packs.
Ours are 24. I buy a natural light, and it's like $14.99 to $12.99 if you catch it on special for 24.
So it's comparable.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so save the room for ammo.
Exactly.
Decent bottle of which this one's empty. A decent bottle of tequila is about $25 to $30.
All right. In the side chat, I need you guys to go back to the election night coverage and search for the video where TR holds up that video while he's taking a shot for Trump. And I want to see how full that bottle was on Tuesday.
It was 2/3.
That might have been this one. And I'm getting close to killing it. I may kill it before the night's over with.
It's not too early.
Yeah, those fuckers drank a bottle of that shit in about 3 hours at Fallmageddon.
You can tell by the video.
Yeah. And then Roger TR was freaking passed out in his lap, and I'm like, we got to get this party started. So I pulled out the fireworks and let that shit rip, man. And then when we were done, he went right back to freaking sleep in his chair.
Yeah, Rob woke me up. Hey, I was like, I need to go to bed.
Let's do some fireworks, man. Come on. That was awesome.
That was good times. That was an awesome weekend.
It doesn't sound much different than the other Farmageddon.
Except there weren't
it was
fireworks.
Rick and TR the last ones out. Sitting by the fire.
Hey, train hard, party harder. That's what I say.
Right.
I'm bringing fireworks to all of them from now on. That's a That's got to be at the new standard. You know what I mean?
I absolutely almost fucking fell down laughing so hard when you said when Rick was talking about your neighbors must love you, and he was like, yeah, they probably think the damn Taliban moved in next door. I damn about lost it. That was some fucking shit.
Yeah, it was a half redneck, half Taliban splinter cell moved in next door.
Yeah.
You had to be there before when we was blowing up all the tannerite to know where that was coming from.
I
Because
mean,
you know they was hearing all those damn explosions and then all of a sudden fireworks. They're like, who in the fuck moved in beside us?
yeah, we were not good neighbors. We fucked that place up. I mean, there was probably by the time the end of the night, it was 20 pounds of tannerite went off probably,
Oh,
and
shit.
then the friggin' fireworks and Tom Olafson who rolled up in there. He was like, it sounded like a war was going on. He texted me. He was like, hold your fire, and I didn't see that till he pulled up, you know. And I'm like, oh, sorry, I just got your text. He's like, shit, I thought y'all was gonna shoot me, you know. It literally sounds like a battlefield, and I love that. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. And he had some cool guns. Tom's a good guy. He was awesome.
Yeah.
I've got to
It was awesome
seriously,
meeting him.
I got to seriously ask you guys, conservatively, for an AR, for a 40, for a 45, how many rounds of each caliber should I plan on bringing down?
Just bring everything you got.
All right, no, I can't do that. I'll have to get a goddamn U-Haul trailer.
Hey, I think the most I shot was 12 gauge. We sat and shot the shit out of 12 gauge. Remember that wagon I brought?
I mean, the bottom line is just bring what you want to shoot. No one's going to tell you got to have this many rounds. I mean, just if you want to freaking cake off 1,000 rounds, just bring them. You know, it's not.
All right.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I've been at every Farmageddon. You really, I mean, depending on how you do it, I didn't use that much ammo. I really didn't.
Well,
Because
the
there were so many
the way we had the 3-gun set up, you really had to wait your turn and all that. So it was a lot of fun. You were either holding a timer, throwing the skeet, or running the course, or rotating in and out. And it was kind of fun because everybody had a job. And you didn't burn through that much ammo. At Farmageddon, I'm going to do the 3-gun. I'm also going to open up the long range and the skeet course, but we'll only have one thrower over there. So that way people have 3 different things they can do. But the 3-gun's the way to go. I mean, you got to admit that's the shit. We got to do that again. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, absolutely. That was so much fun. That was awesome. And seriously, I mean, you don't really go through that much ammo, like you said, Pops, unless you just are wanting to shoot a gun a lot. And there were people that were going over to the side and just burning ammo up. But as far as the activities that we were doing, really didn't require that much ammo. Now, don't get me wrong. There were thousands of rounds of ammo that went off. But that's just because, hell, there's a dozen of us or 24 of us, you know. So you hear shooting going off all the time. But as an individual, I didn't really go through that much ammo. Not that I gave a shit if I did.
Yeah, I'll bring the rubber duckies out.
Yeah, we'll
I'm
change
just
it
happy
up a
to see
little
other
bit.
people
We'll do something a little different. But I want to keep the course. I don't want to just do the pistol course this coming up. I want to do the whole 3-gun right there in the field because there was so much fun. But then I'm going to set up a pistol thing over by the fire ring, and there's some mounds by the over by the camper. Most of y'all that's been there, so that's a total different direction. If you just want to shoot pistols, it'll be over there, and then the opposite side where the shotgun thing is, I'll do something over there. And then of course the long range rifle thing is kind of separate too. So we'll have 4 things going on, but it'll be awesome. It'll be epic. It'll be freaking amazing.
Do any of you guys have the the attachment for the AR where it shoots cans?
Yeah. No, I got the golf ball shooter. I don't have the can shooter. Hey, but the next one, the zip line will be up. Me and the wife were talking about that. Matter of fact, the Friday after Thanksgiving, the zip line's going up, and we have a unique way we're going to put that up, so it's going to be pretty neat. We'll have videos coming out, and I'm gonna challenge TR to a zip line shoot off, so that video will come out.
Looking forward to it.
I want to play.
Come in dead last. I mean, that would be so much damn fun.
No, it's gonna be cool. We're gonna, and I'll need your help Friday. I know you're gonna be there, but it's gonna be. It won't be as high as it's gonna be, but it's gonna be up. I have a really cool way we're gonna get it up pretty quick, and ooh, that sounded pretty sexual. But anyway, we're gonna we're gonna get it up to about 24 feet instead of the 36 footer, but. So it'll be slow, but we're gonna do some shooting off the zip line. So if you want to talk about watching for some videos, and bring your GoPro, brother, because that's gonna make for some cool footage.
We'll do. Yeah, I got the head mount. Yeah, we'll do that for sure.
We should do a course where you run a rifle one time, and then you run a pistol the next time.
I fully expect to hit nothing. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, it'll be fun either way.
As long as you don't hit your feet.
Yeah, I know, right? Don't shoot your fucking toe off.
Exactly.
You're right. No, we'll have
Blue
them.
City go. And I only extend this to you, Blue, because you've been a friend for so long. If you ended up flying down to Farmageddon, I got you back, man. Don't worry about guns, ammo, none of that shit. I got you. Don't worry about it.
I thought I muted myself. Yeah, Blue does not fly. Blue will drive.
I'm just saying, we got you.
Yeah, we got shotguns.
Actually, what I'll have to do is, because I literally have an airport 3 miles from me. I mean, literally, it's a regional airport. But if they can do a South Carolina run and it's like $100 both ways, I may actually bite the bullet and do that. And if I die in a fiery crash, I'll want you to do tribute videos. But yeah, God, I hate flying. God, do I hate it.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
Well, actually, I can go to the doctor and get some good meds, and I can bring them down to Farmageddon.
Just bring a bottle of whiskey. You'll be fine.
All we need is ibuprofen and liquor, and we're good.
Oh shit. But I'll probably just do the driving 10 hours. I mean, literally, I worked up until the last couple of years. That's what my shifts were 10-hour days, which turned into everything. And as a cop, 9 times out of 10, you're in your car driving around. That's nothing.
I hate to say this. Yeah,
that's an easy drive.
Fortune glory out there. You have to admit that's a good comment. When pigs fly.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I'm sorry, Blue, but that was a good one.
That was a good one. Yeah, you can't deny that. That was a good one. This pig does everything to try not to fly. I even wanted to drive down to Florida when we went, and yeah, she wasn't having that. So I bit the bullet, drank a bunch of alcohol, didn't sleep. And
yeah, Buck said he had a 12-hour drive for him. So yeah, 10 hours ain't that big a deal. I've done that before. I used to do that when I went down to my 2-week duties when I was still in the Navy. When I had to go down to Gulfport, it was a 10-hour drive. So it ain't that big a deal. I was hopped up on caffeine.
Let's not forget Tom Olafson, 13 hours plus an hour and a half sleep in between in his car at a rest stop.
Exactly.
Hey, farthest one gets a free mag, right, Rob? Free mag loader.
Yeah, well, everyone gets a fucking free mag loader.
Shush. Farthest driver Gets a
bad.
free mag loader.
The farthest driver gets a hold the fucking first firework in their mouth while it goes off.
All right, guys, I got a jet. Have a good one. We'll catch you the next time.
See you later,
All
bud.
right, later, Blue.
Later,
All
bud.
right, see you.
Yeah, that thing. I could see that thing getting bigger and bigger. We need more parking, though, Rob.
Nah, it's a long road. Yeah, it's a gravel road going in there. It's all good. But really, after this year, I'm going to say this publicly, and after this year, it won't even get mentioned beforehand, because we'll pick the people that we want to be there, and we'll keep it private, because it can get out of hand. Not to be a dick to anybody that shows up late, but it is what it is. I can't have 100 people on that property. At best, I can have 25 and keep it safe. So people that want to show up this year, and the people that showed up last year, that's probably going to be it.
Yeah, I would agree with that, because we can't let it get too out of control.
Yeah.
It's not a big public event. It's just a bunch of guys having fun together, and you get over a certain number, and then it could get iffy, So
Yeah, then it's not fun. You're just constantly worried, so it's not worth it to anybody.
yeah, because hell, and that's the other thing. And I'm not downing anybody out there in YouTube land, but shit, I had freaking all kind of guns in my truck, and the truck's unlocked, and there's guns, ammo, and shit laying everywhere. We just can't have, like you said, I don't mean to sound whatever, but you want people there that you
Right.
trust.
Exactly.
And I hope I don't sound elitist or anything. It's just
No, it's my rules, and it's not, I explain that every time I get on a public thing and talk about it. It's not a public event. It's for people that I know and off YouTube, and that's it. And there's a reason for that. And if you don't understand, then I don't care.
That's too damn bad.
Yeah, anyway, I'm not being a dick, but I'm being real, because it's fucking people with guns. Come on. It's not.
Yeah.
It ain't Disneyland, like you said in the fireworks. It's a fucking it's a fucking shootout, for crying out loud, So
yeah, it's your home. You just don't invite. You don't just open your fucking front door and just say, "Hey, anybody that wants to come in, come in." No, you don't do that shit.
Right, exactly. Which is why it's so fun, because everyone there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what makes it nice, is because you kind of know who the people are and how they are, and kind of what their mindset is.
Yeah, no surprises.
Yeah,
You only need one turd in the punch bowl to fucking make it undrinkable. Just remember that.
Exactly. Yeah. And that is one thing. Like I said, I've had the honor of being at both Farmageddons so far, and even the first one, I felt really comfortable with your friends, and I knew they wouldn't be your friend if you didn't trust them, and they wouldn't be there.
Right. Yeah. And I guarantee you that's the case going forward.
Yeah, because you're kind of responsible for someone you bring. Like, say, TR invited so and so, and then that's kind of TR's problem, not your problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah. My friends that will come to something like this are might as well be family, and I consider y'all family too. So.
Oh
yeah, they're cool guys. Cool guys.
Heck yeah!
I was
everybody was safe, because you go to this and you're like, well, hopefully these guys are safe, and but we didn't have any jackasses, and they weren't all drinking and shooting, and everybody was very smart and gun safety cautious. And
anytime you can put that much devastation in people's hands and still have fun, you know the right people is there. Period.
yeah,
Oh yeah. And
Disneyland.
We had enough shit there to start World War III. You know.
Oh yeah, we could have had a fun ass day, riot wise.
like I
Yeah.
said, and Rob's friends, I went up and I fucking ribbed and poked and prodded and made fun of them. And trust me, they gave it right back. They were awesome.
We could have started the riot and ended the riot and started and cops would have never.
And had a fireworks show at the end. And for the grand finale.
Yeah. And to the winner goes the fucking bang bang.
That's right.
Anyway, it's to me, it's just real special to bring those kind of people together. I just love it.
Yeah. I hadn't done a good job of keeping up with the comments tonight. Sorry, everybody. But
Good night, Red. Apparently he's out. But
yeah. And you're in Texas, dude. You're in a whole different damn time zone. What the hell?
he's got to. He's like me. He's got to get up early, to go to bed. I got to get the hell out of here too. When are you gonna end this fucking thing?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and end this. It's been too long.
You just got the kibosh, bam.
My last chat went to shit. It didn't work out. So we had a good chat tonight. And let's end this damn thing. And Rick, is your six covered? Do an outro.
Ta-da! There you go.
There you go. Good enough. Pop's Quest, would you like to do an outro?
I will see y'all on the next one whenever I'm on. I never know when I'm going to be on, but I always enjoy them. And the Friday, Saturday, or whatnot after Thanksgiving, we're going to have a little personal party at the farm. We're going to have some zip lining up, and should be some cool videos coming out of that. So stay tuned. I have 2 videos already in the queue ready to come out next week. So the KS-47 and a bunch of 9mm carbine shit I did last weekend at the farm. Good stuff. So stay tuned. Thanks for having me on.
Night, everyone.
All right. And with that, we'll go ahead and end this. Thanks, everybody, for coming by. Thank you for being part of the chat in the comment section, on the chat, however, whatever. We always have a good time, and I appreciate the turnout, and we'll see you Tuesday. Later, everybody.